Welcome back to part 5 of 32X Metalhead.
Indeed.
I think it's just a part 5. I mean part 4. Anyway, this is the finale, and I got some interesting trivia. I want to get this out the way so Sketch can talk about things that makes him feel young, but he's really old about. This game was actually supposed to be a launch title for the Sega 32X. However, due to development hell, it was pushed back to 1995, making it one of the last 32X games ever released. There's actually 10 prototypes. Let me repeat that again. 10 prototypes of the early demo of this game that exists.
And yet, this game doesn't matter.
It's pretty interesting.
But has it?
Well, by the time this game came out, I think it was around the time the Sega Saturn released in North America, and I think the PlayStation was also coming out at around the same time. Okay, that was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, has this game influenced anything?
I thought no.
Exactly. This game don't matter.
Well, actually, this game did influence the creation of another game called Cyber Troopers Virtual On.
And does that game matter?
Yeah, it does. It got a lot of sequels. It's
And
actually
Visionary
really popular.
Voltage, we encourage games that matter.
Yeah, we
Now
do.
let's play Flicky.
Yeah, what time are you guys at anyway?
1:45, 46.
Okay,
47.
same.
Yeah, we're good. So anyway, yeah, what were we talking about in the last part? Oh yeah, nostalgia. Even though,
Yeah.
I screw you for what you said, Meta. I actually don't care about my childhood.
Screw me with what I said. What the hell did I say?
You said childhood sucks.
No, you said something about me wanting to be young again, and I don't want to be.
You want to be young
again.
to talk about things that make them feel young.
I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with being a 60-year-old old coot.
I'm perfectly fine being an adult. Not really a fan of childhood.
There goes my youth.
But I do like reminiscing about, like, when television was good. And, I actually looked forward to waking up early on Saturdays.
I just like during the time when everything was trying to be extreme. I have no idea why, but I always had an obsession with that.
Like, do you mean, as in, like, X
Kevin
Games
from Ed and
Extreme, or...
Yeah, extreme sports and things like that. You would see commercials, cartoons, games, comics, and they all had extreme sports or something.
4Kids Network brings you Monster Truck Jam!
I was gonna say, because, like, I do remember when things tried to be edgy.
Cena and Expandong!
Okay. Get your memes out of here.
I remember, like, the late 90s was, like, everything tried to be edgy.
Get all edgy.
But that's the 90s in a nutshell.
Yeah, I know, that's what's so
I don't
fun
know.
about it.
The early mid part wasn't like that.
Well, I mean, like, I remember the 80s, kid stuff in the 80s was so daggum hokey.
Hey everybody, everything's gonna be alright.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun watching, like, stuff in the 80s that was more adult, even though, like, the 80s is portrayed as such a hokey decade.
It's all that music.
It wasn't that funny.
Yeah. I just miss a time where I just want extreme sports to become cool again, despite me never actually taking part in any extreme sports.
I was about to say, King, do you actually do extreme sports?
Do I look like the type of guy who does extreme sports?
Look, King, I've seen you. You're thin and you're tall.
You kind of do look like Tony Hawk.
Say what?
You're tall and thin. It wouldn't surprise me if you were like a skateboarder.
I don't know.
A lot of my friends who are very tall and very thin, they're usually skateboarders.
I haven't skateboarded in years.
Oh, but you have skateboarded.
Not since I was a wee lad, my dear friend.
I mean, I do think it's funny, because, like, Goofy Movie got a sequel, and it was called Extremely Goofy Movie. And it was centered around the X Games, which is so random. It wound
Then you
up
had shows
dating
like
itself.
He has shows like Rocket Power, which is all about extreme sports.
I would love to see a Rocket Power made today.
Wait, what?
Rocket Power sucked.
It
was
does.
okay.
It did.
It was terrible.
I never truly liked Rocket Power. It was just another one of those shows that I watched to get to the good shows.
It was mainly, to most people, it was mainly just to cash on the whole extreme sports craze.
The only thing I ever liked were the skateboards they got in, like, the second season or something?
When, like that Tony Hawk episode where they grew in the dark.
Yeah, and they had the glow-in-the-dark wheels. That was cool. I was a kid, so it was really cool to me. Nowadays, it's still kind of cool.
I was a kid, it was cool. As an adult, it's actually still kind of cool.
It's okay, but not as good as it used to be.
Hey, at least it's worth something.
Hey, I'd still have a skateboard. I mean, if I had the money, I'd buy a skateboard, and if it had glow-in-the-dark wheels, you know, I don't know, that'd be cool to me.
Watch Sketch reenact every level in Tony Hawk Underground in real life.
Tony Hawk Pro.
When I played Tony Hawk Underground, I made a lot of mistakes, and if I reacted that, there would be no more Visionary Voltage.
What happened to Sketch? He died trying to bust a 180 ollie.
But
Man, open the door.
I open a lot of doors in this stage.
Do you open the door to a better game?
Actually, originally after this game was gonna be Sonic 3D Blast, but we all know what happened.
Yeah, you played the Genesis version.
Hey, F you, make the Genesis version superior.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, if you run into enemies that blow up at your max speed, so you know.
Okay. How upsetting! Blowing up enemies upon contact.
Well, you're a giant mech, but you know.
Where are you again?
I'm actually in the national capital of this game.
Which is?
The World Federation.
Is that the World Wrestling Federation?
Oh yeah. Well, if it was, then Snoop Dogg would be in this room I'm entering.
Really?
Is there Beyblade?
You're really gonna say that?
Yep, I am.
You don't realize the World Wrestling Federation hasn't been called the World Wrestling Federation since about 2002.
As far as I'm concerned, Snoop Dogg was in wrestling. Therefore, everything's perfect. Anyway, we're coming to the last stage.
You even listen to Snoop Dogg?
But now this will be your graveyard.
On occasions.
You know, if it has Snoop Dogg, it's okay.
I'm too white for you guys.
Anyway, we're at the final boss.
That sounds like every anime threat I've ever seen, ever.
What time you guys at? Something went wrong.
What are you talking about?
33, 34, 35.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's every anime threat in a nutshell, indeed, King.
I wasn't reading. What was it?
Man, I knew you were illiterate.
Who, me? No, I just...
Hey.
Something's got my
I'm just
attention
messing
at
with
the
you,
moment.
Let's get down.
It's just what she said on the screen. I was like, I totally never heard of that one before.
I'm not generic at all, I swear.
Again, never heard that one before. I need to have like a dang meter. King, speeder of the cliches.
I'm not cliche at all, I swear.
Everything is cliche. I'm a cliche.
Well, duh.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense in real life.
Hey, you never had met anyone that's like King before.
Yeah, I have. His name was called King.
Alva.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Sketch is a cliche, and so is Meta.
Well, yeah.
I've
never tried to be original King.
I'm totally original, in a bad way.
F you, Originals is mainstream. Didn't you learn anything from the 90s?
I mean, don't
Where you
give
mean
me-
everything tried to copy one another? Okay.
Nope.
Not lying. You knew that was the case.
Let's see, what do I remember from the 90s? When everyone at school kept asking me what my name was, and when I would try to tell them, they'd tell me it didn't matter.
That sounds like the 90s sucked.
Well,
Though
if any wrestling
every-
fans are
everything-
watching this, they might get that.
Sketch, what did I tell you about references?
Well,
it's
I'm not
Snoop
referencing
Dogg,
it
I'm
for
sorry.
you guys, but I am being legit. I remember going to school around kindergarten and first grade, and people would ask me, like, you know, hey, what's your name? And I'm like, Sketch. And they're just like, it don't matter what your name is, and then walk away. I'm like, what the freak? I'm just a little, like, elementary school kid, and I'm just, what?
Anyways, that was the end of that.
Oh,
Anyways, now to
game's
sum
over.
up your thoughts. Meta, you go first.
God dang it, King, you're taking up my position and talking about this stuff.
Hey, I needed a spotlight. I never got to see
Hey,
it.
I'm glad someone else said it, so, yeah, Meta, give us your thoughts.
Do it!
Metalhead is a watered-down version of Mecha Assault for
Every
the
other game? Okay.
for the Xbox. A game that I might cover in the future. Probably my second Xbox game I'll ever
Oh,
cover.
God.
You know.
I have to sit through Mech Assault?
It made, oh well. It was other than Resident Evil. Pick your poison. Anyway,
Evil.
my thoughts on this game is the soundtrack's really good. But you know, it's Jun Sano, so what do you expect?
Well,
The
he
enemies
did make
are
Sonic 4.
This was before that Sonic 4 event. All the enemies are generic. The storyline is generic. Everything about this game really, really bleeds generic. And you can tell this was supposed to be a launch title for the 32X, which, you know, if it was a launch title, it'd be okay. But it's not. It's not a launch title. The game overall is okay. So that's just my thoughts. The game is just okay. It's not bad. It's just okay. Except for the soundtrack. You should go get it. Download all the music.
Good old soundtrack.
All right, here we go, King.
I was already saying my critique while we were playing. Most of the design ideas, in my opinion, confused me. They wanted to try and have some realistic things in there, but in my opinion, there's moments where you can be realistic and it can be cool, like GTA, but even in that can be a bit exaggerated. And then you have other moments where you just gotta remove realistic-ish ideas for ideas that actually work. I don't like the idea that when you... What the heck?
What the heck?
Well, you know, F you guys, but...
This game is boring.
I
mean, seriously. I was so ready to nap during this game. If it weren't for the fact that we started talking about 90s cartoons and stuff, I'd have gone to bed. Or I would have napped throughout this whole playthrough. You'd be sitting there like, Sketch, you there? And you'd just hear a...
you know, it's okay. Anyway, I'm Metateen, and my next game will be a game. There you go.
Conker's
Yeah.
bad for it. Next time, Meta will cover Conker. Hey!
Oh yeah, and I'm Sketch
no,
style. And we'll see you all in the next playthrough. Whatever it is.
What is it again?